We're with Shannon Martin, one of the three seniors on the Eastern Connecticut softball team. The Warriors getting ready for their season openers down in Florida. Shannon, as we said, you're one of the seniors. Does it feel like you were just a freshman?
Yeah, like it went by really fast, and I just think these 4 years just flew. Like I was just a freshman 4 years ago, and it just feels like it just went by really too fast for me.
When you come in as a freshman, you think, oh, you don't even think about that your career is going to be over.
Not at all.
Right?
No. I feel like I'm going to be here forever, and then it just goes by so fast, and in a blink of an eye, and I'm already a senior, second semester. So
has it been, in terms of softball, has it been a rewarding career so far?
Yeah, it's been successful. So,
is there anything that you and the other seniors, who are Sam Rossetti and Aaron Miller, is there anything that you guys would like to accomplish, this being your last year?
Well, we just want to take it one step at a time. We want to win at least 7 games in Florida, but we'd like to win all. But we also want to be LAC tournament champs and regular season champs. So those are our goals right now. We're more realistic right now. We can make it to regionals, but we want to be more realistic and actually win the tournament for LACs first.
Sometimes it seems like if you look too far ahead, you skip over the important stuff, right?
Yeah.
It's sort of like one step at a time. Let's do this, then let's do this, then let's do this.
Yeah, and that's what we go by too. So it's first Florida, then regular season, then tournament, and then from there.
Well, last year, I mean, you guys started out 1-7. You went to Virginia in the beginning of March, which was the earliest opening ever for the program. You started out 1-7, and you guys are struggling, but then you go 24-4 the rest of the season, going through the regular season. Did you guys feel when you were struggling at 1-7, like, wow, this is going to be a real down year?
Well, we had a really young team with about 8 to 10 newcomers, so that was a factor at first. And so that's probably why we struggled as much in Virginia as we did. And the weather was also a big thing. We weren't used to playing outside. You
haven't been outside probably, right, before that trip?
No, not at all. The weather was a big factor. And we also played in 2 nationally ranked teams, so that was also one thing. But we didn't do as bad as we thought we were going to do. But like I said, the newcomers and just adjusting to everyone was probably the biggest thing, not playing together before that as much as we did.
Well, you guys definitely finished really, really strong last year. You won the regular season again in the conference for the 5th year in a row. You have back this year, you have all your pitching back, all your catching back, a couple of infielders back, or 3 infielders back, and an outfielder back, which is you. Are we going to see sort of the same team this year as we saw last year, by and large?
Most likely, yes. Gina Giorgetti is going to be starting at second base.
Which is new.
We don't have anyone at second base right now. And then Rebecca DeFeo and Kelsey Mosher are going to be competing for left field, probably. Or I will be in left field. It depends more like where the ball's going to go because I have more experience in the outfield. So whoever works hard is going to be the other right or left fielder. And then Sam Bardos is our new center fielder, who also played last year in the outfield, split time with other players, such as myself and Steph Johnson. So.
Well, you lost Maddie Brett, which is a huge loss, the All-New England center fielder. That's a big role for someone to come in and play center field, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, Sam Bardos has been working hard a lot. She's been in the gym. Every time I'm down there, I see her in the gym. She was working hard this off-season. She's gotten a lot stronger, quicker. Her bat has gotten a lot stronger. She'll probably be 5th or 6th in the batting lineup. So she's improved a lot, and she'll be a big aspect in the outfield too. And she also has a really good arm, probably one of the strongest in the outfield.
Well, what we talked about a little bit before off camera is the fact that we have pitchers like Sam Ballantyne and Aaron Miller that aren't strikeout pitchers. So doesn't that really put an emphasis on the team defense?
Yeah, well, in the past, our defense has been really, really good. We don't make a lot of errors as it is, even when balls are hit to us. So pitching is still going to be a big factor, but defense is also going to have to step it up a lot, try and make the plays. Our pitching is good. We don't dominate in speed that much, but we also have a lot of movement, which is really good, and it's probably better than speed most of the time.
Well, if there's a big premium on defense, playing all preseason indoors has got to make your job tough. Because you're not seeing fly balls basically until you go to Florida for the
No.
most part,
Well,
right?
like the other day we went outside in the parking lot because it was 45 degrees out, and so coach was like, let's do it. So we got some fly balls hit to us. But it's going to be a struggle in Florida probably because the dirt is so hard, so we're going to have to get used to it. So we have a practice that Friday, so we're going to have to hit ground ball after ground ball just to get used to the hard dirt and the air and like the outfield.
You got to adjust really quick.
Yeah, we have 1 day of practice and then we start our first game on Saturday.
Well, you particularly, you pitched and hit a couple of years ago. Last year, you just were primarily a hitter. Did that make it easier, not have to worry about the pitching aspect of it, just go out there and play every day, either in the outfield or as DH,
Well,
DP?
pitching and hitting my sophomore year, I didn't think it was that big of a deal because I've been used to it ever since I was little. Elementary school to high school, I pitched, hit, played third base. So I didn't think that it was that big of a difference, really. I was just like, okay, I'll just hit instead of pitch now. So, and also, if I wasn't pitching, I'd be DHing. So it wasn't that big of a deal, really.
Well, that's sort of funny because you're so active either, like you said, growing up, you're playing the outfield, you're pitching, you're DPing. But doesn't that make it tough when you're only the DP? You played a lot of DP last year. How do you mentally go up, take a swing, sit on the bench for 3 innings, and hit again?
Well, it is tough because it could be cold and you're just sitting out there, you're not moving. Just the sprints in between innings, like that's all you're going to be doing. And like you get distracted sometimes. Like myself, I'd probably get distracted seeing as I'm just DHing. But I also don't mind it. But also if you have a bad at bat, like you're one at bat, and you come back in, it takes a while to like get over it. Like if you're playing DH and right field, you can make a good catch in right field and get over the bad play before that. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So
it takes a special person that can do that.
It does.
Like a Big Papi kind of player for the Red Sox.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Which is difficult.
Exactly. I find it very difficult, but I'm getting used to it.
Do you see yourself playing just strictly in the outfield this year?
Yeah. Either right or left. So it depends on where the ball's going to get hit most. So.
Well, you're one of the 3 seniors on the team, and there's some captains as well. How important to the softball program is the leadership aspect and the aspect of everybody playing together?
We think leadership is very important. Like some of our players lead by example, some are more vocal. So we're going to have to just all come together as one and just lead ourselves together. Like not just one person leading us, but all of us working together to lead each other. You know what I mean? So like someone can be having an off day and someone, like Aaron could be leading someone and then I could be leading someone else. So it depends on like who's going to be strong to lead someone.
Well, would you think that was a strength of last year's team, the cohesiveness?
Yes and no. I don't think we had that much cohesion like we have in the past. I feel like in the past we were very, very together and like very used to each other. And then last year, like I said, we had 10 newcomers coming in, so it was a lot different than it was in the past. So we struggled at first, but then after a while we started getting along and like working together more. And also this year we only have 3 newcomers, so it's not as hard as it was last year.
Don't you find from your freshman to sophomore year, it's like a totally different world? Your freshman year, you're very tentative, everything's new, and you come in very much more comfortable as a sophomore.
Yeah, well, my freshman year to my sophomore year, like I said, the team, it felt completely different. Like we lost Molly Rathbun, we lost Jamie Summers, like people like that we lost, and I was just so used to them. And then sophomore year was completely different. But we also, like we had Ariel Cooper and Kelly Patterson my sophomore year, so we still had more of the same people from my freshman year. So it was still the same kind of, but in aspects it was also different.
You'd have to think this year with all of your returnees that transition from the one year to the next is going to be a lot easier.
And you think it would be easy, but sometimes it's not. Because like last year it wasn't that easy at first.
But you've got so many returnees that you would think it's going to be easier this year, right?
Yeah.
With less newcomers.
Yeah. This year, yes.
Yes. Last question. You guys, as seniors, you've accomplished an awful lot in your career. Is there any particular goal that the 3 seniors would really want to accomplish before they play their last game here?
Well, we just want to go out with no regrets, and we want everyone to work together and just do what we can. We want to be, like I said before, LSU tournament and regular season champs. And we just want to go out with a bang this year and just do what we can do because we know we're good. So it depends on what we're going to do it and be good.
Well, the Warriors are going to be opening up the 2015 season next week in Florida. Shannon, thanks for being with us.
Thank you.